What's up guys, TC here and welcome to another episode of our video game spotlight series, and today we are checking out Streets of Rogue, and this is an incredibly addictive game. I'll be honest, I was not expecting this game to be nearly as good as it is, but I am completely addicted to it right now. It is super fun. It's kind of like a top-down action type game. I'm not really sure, I haven't played many games like this before, but it's super fun. The idea is that you're a character in the city. It's kind of like a It's definitely in the future, I think, because it's like the city is like a tower, so it's like probably some massive building, and you progress your way through these levels, and every 3 levels you go up a floor, and the different floors are kind of like in different ways. So like one of them's slums, and one of them's like it looks like some kind of like junkyard type thing. But you progress your way through it. The game is in alpha right now, so it isn't complete, but it is available on Steam, and it is super fun. Real quick, we're gonna jump in. I'm gonna kind of show you guys the gist of it. One thing I should point out: this is definitely an R-rated game. The gist of it is revolves half the reason this whole game exists is because the mayor took away all the beer, so it's pretty fun. Let's just go to home base and I can show you guys. There are a ton of different character classes in this game, and there's a whole bunch more being added. It's very, it is quite. I'm not sure how often, but it seems. Whoa, that's really loud. Hold on. Let's turn this music down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we've turned the music down a little bit. That was a lot louder than I thought it would be. So this is kind of your home base, and this is you. And yeah, so you can kind of like navigate around. And so all this stuff here, this is kind of your home base. And as you'll see, there's all kinds of stuff here. There's even a create a character coming soon. So it's going to be really a badass game eventually. You can co-op, you can play multiplayer, you can even just jump online and play with random people. And so right now the game is obviously not complete. There's only 6 levels right now, but it's still super fun and super challenging as well. I think I'm going to turn that music down a little bit more. There we go, that should do it. So, and let's just go up here. So we don't need to worry about these rewards or loadouts. I want to give you guys a quick example. So we're going to hop in the elevator, and these are the currently available classes. Now I had to unlock all these. I think you start off with like the top row, and then you unlock them. But each one has like their own starting items, their own starting stats, their own abilities. You activate your ability by right click and you interact with stuff. You attack with your left click, and there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do. So like for instance here, like your starting items, like this is definitely an R-rated game. Like your starting item is a whiskey here. Some guys start off with like cigarettes and stuff like that. But yeah, there's lots of fun stuff. There's soldiers, there's gangsters, there's criminals or burglars, I think is what it is. There's shopkeepers, bartenders, and each one of these guys have their own unique play style. And some of them like range vastly. Like some guys are just straight up beat 'em up. So like there's a gorilla you can play as who's like a really good melee character. Other guys are more like ranged oriented. So like the soldier is more about shooting guns and stuff like that. But other guys take more passive routes. So like the doctor, which is over here, he actually can't shoot guns. He actually can't use weapons. My bad. So you have to find different ways to play. And so we're gonna jump through this, and let's do the. Who should we play as that's interesting? So, we're just going to go with the crepe, the gangster. It's funny, it's a Crips and Bloods joke here. So we have the crepes and the Bloods. So we're going to play as this guy. And pretty much each floor is randomly generated, so you're never going to get the exact same playing field more than once. So here we go, we're on the slums. This is the first level. So you move around, and it looks super like, I don't know, it's very basic, but it's kind of like its charm. So like in these trash cans here, there's always good stuff in here. And the one thing I love is that characters can interact with the world in different ways depending on who you are. So for instance, this guy here, I can just, open these trash cans and take stuff out of them. But there's one character called a wrestler who can pick these trash cans up and throw them as weapons. That's part of his like traits, So anyways, we're going to walk around here, and on each one of these maps here, you can tab it up and you can see here's our map. And we have 2 little pretty much quests we have to do on this level before we can leave. So we started down here at the entrance. Here's the exit. This is us. And so our first one here is we have to rescue a worker. This is the reward we're going to get. The other one is we have to retrieve a briefcase. We have to retrieve it. It's out of a chest or a safe, and this is what's going to be in it. And so this is where it's located. So what you want to do is when you're navigating around, obviously you want to pick up the stuff you can. And one of the cool things about this game is that there's like these little like you'll never know what you're going to find. You'll find syringes in here. So like this one here, it doesn't tell you it's a syringe, and you don't know what the effect is if you use it on yourself. And so some guys have the ability to know, like there's guys that are addicted to drugs, and they know what's in these syringes. So like you might inject yourself with something that's not a positive effect. So we're going to sneak up here. Let's see if we can find... see, one thing with the gangsters is no one really cares about them, like, so they don't really piss anyone off, but some of the character classes will actively, like the police don't like them wandering around and stuff like that. One thing is you do heal yourself in this game with food, so we pop our inventory open. I've got money here I've collected, bananas heal my health. I've got a pistol with 30 rounds, which I'm going to put this down here. I've got a knife, which is also really beneficial. So this is kind of like your hotbar right here. You can scroll through with your scroll wheel. We'll scroll you through it. Rocks are good for like these little lasers. Oh shoot. Yeah, there's a control button will teleport you around the map to like important things. So anyway, these little lasers here, you can break them with rocks. So like if you pop our inventory open here, you will see we have a rock. So if we were to throw that in this laser here, it would break the rock or whatever. Now we have to rescue this guy here. And so you'll see guys, typically they'll have some kind of status under them. So he's loyal. So it means he's kind of on my team. So we have to find a way to sneak into this place here. Now these guys here are, these are other gangsters. So this is great because you can now ask them to join you. So this guy's just going to follow me around now. And I think what's really good is that this is one of the big benefits to being a gangster is that you can get up to 3 followers to follow you around. Now this is going to be tricky here because we've got this security camera. And so the way you get around security cameras is you sneak underneath them. The problem is that you don't want them to, you don't want these, I don't want these guys to get caught in this thing here. So I'm going to tell them to, just to stand guard. Alright, stand guard. Alright, so these guys are all standing guard. And, okay, so we're good to go now. Wait, are you standing guard? Yeah, you need to stand guard too. And we need to make sure which ones... all stand guard. Okay, there you go. Yeah, so you can kind of... yeah, you can tell your guys to follow you. I don't want them following me in here into this line of sight, because if they set this off, this turret will shoot them. So we're going to sneak in here, sneak up under the security camera. Right, so now it's scanning right over so it can't quite see us. Sneak forward. We're going to go in this little room here, run past the flame trap, and we've got to rescue this guy here, right? Well, we don't have a key to open it. So we have to look for somewhere to open this thing. And we see up here there's a computer. We miss. So we sneak past back through here, and this is a computer which we can use to unlock that stuff. So we're going to open all locked doors, head back over to our little spot. We're going to wait for this camera. Oh shit. Uh-oh, so someone has seen us, so we're going to have to fight this guy off. Oh, never mind, never mind. So when I thought that was an actual bad guy, what happened is we unlocked the door and he escaped on his own. So this is part of the yeah, that's one of the things that does throw me off a bit. When you're rescuing people, they'll come to you when you get the doors open. So we have to try to sneak around. I don't think we're going to sneak out of here without him setting it off. Yep. Come on now. Come on, dude. Let's tell all these guys here. Follow me. Does that work for all of them? No, I need to get all of them back. Hold on. Okay, so we got him back. Alright, so we have all our guys back now. I think this is the most you can ever have follow you at any one point. So this guy here, we have to escort him to the beginning of the mission. Now just real quick, this retrieve item. This is our other mission. We're going to have to go back. But first we need to escort this dude we just rescued to the front. And so one thing I'm going to show you later is there's all kinds of ways to approach these situations. That's one thing I love about this is the variety of ways you can solve it. So that guy just got rescued, so we now have a 4-leaf clover. It was one of our items we just won. So what this does basically increases your luck. So like you have a better crit chance whenever you attack enemies, and also whenever you play slot machines, which are something else you can do, it increases your chance of winning. So one thing I want to show you, if I can find one here, I might give you a quick demo if I can find an appropriate use for it. Let's see. Okay, this might work. Okay, so you see this is an air filtration system, right? So in this thing, you can actually insert an item in here. Now I only have one thing. I have a syringe. I don't even know what it does, so I don't really want to waste it. But there's some things like cyanide. You can put cigarettes in there that puts like a smoke and stuff like that. Any kind of status-inducing effect, you can put it in an air filtration system, and it'll seep into the building and cause the NPCs in there to react accordingly. Some of them will just die. Sometimes they'll get stuck, or they'll be afflicted with a status effect. And you can use this in positive ways too. Like if you're playing with friends and you only have a healing item for yourself, you can put it in an air vent, and it'll heal you and your buddy if you both go inside the building. Other things you can do is you can distract them by like tapping on windows. So you see you can get their attention away from different areas. There's lots of fun ways you can do this. So I think this next bit here we might have to kind of beat our way in. It shouldn't be hard. We have so many people with us. This should be a joke. So this guy's going to get pissed. So you see my buddies are just beating the shit out of this guy for me. And whenever you kill somebody, they drop their stuff. So we're going to go back here. We're going to unlock safe. The read email option is a joke. When you hit it, that would be rude. So that's always just like a joke option. But we're going to go in here. We got our item. So we got 48 money. And so that's pretty much the mission is done there. So now we'd escape. Now this is obviously the first mission. That's why it's so easy. But the good thing is you can, even though the mission is technically over, there's still a lot of stuff on this level that we can go around and get. So there's like a chest in here. There's a goon up here. So we're going to sneak around. We have such a deep squad right now. We are rolling so deep with our buddies. We might as well take advantage of it. So like right there we got a, that was beer, which restores 10 health. The sandwich does 20. The banana does 10. And there's all kinds of fun stuff. There's tons of crazy items in here. There's like shrink rays. There's pills that make you giant and you can walk through buildings. One of the downsides to using these guys, the gangsters, is there's also the rival gang that wears red, and they will attack you on sight. So that's one of the downsides to these guys. He also has some really cool items. We're not going to use them just here, but there's a boombox, which when you place it down, all the NPCs in the area, they come outside and they start jamming out to your music. And it's a great way to kind of pull people out of the area and distract them. And also there's a friend foam, which you have 2 of. And it's kind of like an auto way to gain 2 little buddies. They'll just teleport right to you, even if there's not any on the map. So that's kind of one of the big benefits to the gangster, is that he kind of rolls deep all the time. That's like his big strategy. So up here we have the ammo dispenser. Now I haven't used any guns. And another thing that's really important to point out is that items have durability. So like this knife here, it says 90 on it. That's basically how much damage it can do. Not 90 damage per hit, but like it'll break after that 90 hits 0. The pistol has 30 rounds in it, etc. So we have like 1 boombox, 1 friend or 2 friend phones, etc. So we can't refill our guns, so we don't really need to worry about that. I'm trying to find something good around here. What's really cool is like these gorillas are super strong, and if you play as the gorillas you rescue will become your allies. There doesn't really appear to be much good stuff on this level. You'll oftentimes find little NPCs and shops and items. There's like a duplicator item or a shop that can like duplicate any item. So if you have something really rare, yeah, that's one of the bad sides with these. If you recruit a gangster on the mission, they'll help you throughout the mission, but they can't follow you through to the next one. But if you if you use your friend phone, they can actually follow you through to the next level. Now, at the end of a level, you get access to these traits as long as you've leveled up. So right here we have 3. We can select one of them out of this list. So slippery target. Enemies have more more difficulty aiming at you, which is a pretty good one because guns are really strong in this game. No infighting. So can't hit people you are aligned with, and they can't hit you. So this is really useful if you have someone that's aligned with you, you can still damage them normally. And if you hit them too much, they'll switch sides and not be aligned with you anymore. So it's really important to try not to hurt your allies. And lasers ignore you. This one's okay, but you don't really encounter lasers a lot, so I'm going to go slippery target. So that's going to give us a little generation or a buff there. And so now it's going to be generating floor 1-2. And so once again, we are going to be going through here. This is the first 3 levels are pretty fun, and every 3rd level there's like a disaster that occurs on the floor. Ooh, let's talk to this guy. So this is a mission guy. I wish you'd come back here, you little butthead. Alright, so we can buy from his shop, which here we have an electro pill, which is really good. It makes you incredibly strong, and if anything touches you, it takes damage. Syringes, but you don't know what's in it. Here's cigarettes. Crit upper increases your crit chance, obviously, and rage poison is really good because you can pour it into air vents, and it basically makes it where they fight each other. But right now, I don't need it, so I'm not going to worry about buying it. This bartender here will sell. He sells alcohol. Obviously, we don't really need much right now. We're good to go on health. We have a couple of healing items, so we're not really going to worry about that. What are these arcade games? These don't do anything at the moment. But one of the great things is the wrestler can pick stuff like that up and use it as a weapon, so that's a great benefit to him. There's even some of the funny things is like all these classes are so incredibly unique. So like if you play as the ape, like he's super strong and really good at melee and like really fast, but he can't use guns, he can't talk to people, stuff like that. There's the vampires, there are werewolves, There are shopkeepers, all kinds of great stuff. That's really funny. So let's pull up our tab menu here and see what we have to get. We have a thief. We have to break him out of prison. We have to rescue a gorilla. And we get a silencer. And we have to retrieve a circuit board, which will get 3 grenades. So we have three things to do here. Let's start with the first one up here. Where's it at? I want to make sure we pillage all these trash cans. So we have to get an item out of this thing here now. I don't see any... there's no air ventilation shaft here, so we don't have a lot of options. As a gangster, we don't have a lot of sneaky stuff we can do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our friend phone, right-click it, and we've got 2 buddies now. So these guys are gonna help us do our fighting. When we get into a fight with this bartender, they have shotguns. They're pretty strong. So we're gonna make sure our buddies are over here. I'm gonna attack this guy and then let my friends kill him for me. See, they are fighting away right now. And what I love is the NPCs in this game. Like they actively. Like you can like let them get into fights with each other. So we kind of got hurt a little bit there. So we're going to heal ourselves up with our sandwich and a can of beer. There we go. We're going to go back to using our knife. And we're going to pick up some of these weapons here. We got a... there's the shotgun. There's a key. And I think that's our buddy there. Is it not? No, maybe we can recruit him though. This looks like... Yeah, this is a gangster. He's aligned with us. So we can ask him to join us. So we lost our 2 gangster buddies here, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But we do have the key to the door, and we replaced our gangster with a new one. So it doesn't matter that this alarm's going off because the security system's done. Let's just break it real quick. There we go. Normally that security system would alert the guard. And there are guys that can sneak through walls, that can slip in through windows. There are guys that can wear like boxes over their head and not be seen. It's pretty funny. So our next mission here is to rescue this cat right here. So... this bouncer is not going to let us in, but we can probably bribe him. So we can bribe him with beer or 40 bucks. Let's bribe him with beer. Will that work? Alright, no one will bother you and your friends. So we can sneak in now. Now, I'm not sure if these guys are going to let me be in here, but we are going to... Let's see if we can have some fun. We're going to throw a grenade at him. Uh-oh. Alright, well, we pissed him off, but the good news is we got quite a few of them killed. We're going to use our gun. Our gangster's about to get killed. Oh yeah, he got... There we go. Killed everybody. Unfortunately, we shot this guy by accident. So, we kind of pissed him off a little bit. But we got a bunch of fat loot out of that. So sneak back up here. Oh yeah, we got so much stuff out of that. And this is one of those, no, it's a slot machine. Oh, there's not a good item in here. Wait, what is this? There it is, the clone machine. This is great. The clone machine is one of the best items in the game. It lets you clone any item or even yourself, which is fantastic. So we are going to... this guy will be loyal to us if we rescue him. So open the locked doors. We now have a pet fucking gorilla, which is awesome. We are also going to... let's see if we can clone an item. This is the price you would pay to clone any of these items. We should probably just clone the friend phone, because we could clone ourselves for 50 bucks, or we can get a friend phone which gives us 2 buddies. So we're going to clone this. There we go. So now we have 2. And we're going to have to escort our 8th buddy all the way to the entrance real quick. So we're going to run down here. Ooh, there's a shotgun. Shotguns are incredibly good in this game. Let's get rid of it. Oh, we used a random stem by accident, but we got lucky. It was actually a regeneration stem. So I wouldn't normally recommend doing stems if you don't know what they are. So let's go. How do we get? Yeah, there we go. Make sure we're going the right way. Where's our shotgun at? Oh, our shotgun has no ammo. Okay, so we did get a shotgun. It's just empty. All right, so we have to rely on our pistol. So we got a silencer. Now silencers are pretty cool because they make it where your guns don't draw attention. That's another thing you have to be wary of. If people see bodies in the street, that'll alert them. If the cops see you committing crime, they'll become actively violent against you, and that means like anything, even like breaking street lamps, breaking windows, tampering with air filtration systems will cause the cops to get real pissy. So you have to be really careful what you do. And there's even a cop class, which is great because he's aligned with these cops, and they'll ignore you committing crime. So it's each class has their own like unique ability and unique strategies you can use. So we have one last little breakout here. We got a rock. I usually get the rocks just to sell them because they're basically pointless in my opinion. So all we can do is kill this one goon. Let's see. We're gonna put our bat down here in place of the shotgun. The bat's really strong. let's sneak in. I don't want to. There we go. Got his items. Is there any more items? No, okay. Unlock the doors. There we go. So we have freed all those guys. So we're good to go now. So we have cleared this this level. Now this third level is going to be third levels are always tougher because they have what's called disasters, and the disasters are there's only 3 right now in the game, but they're really fun. There's basically an unkillable robot that walks around chasing you really slow. There's radiation pulses, which means every like 15 seconds a radiation pulse happens and you have to be inside or you take a shitload of damage. And there's also one where it drops bombs randomly and you have to kind of dodge the bombs. It makes the levels much more stressful. These next ones here, we're going to try to do it as quickly as possible. So, this tells us our stats. We didn't level up that time, so we didn't get the option to pick a new stat. So I'm hoping we get the radiation pulse. That's the easiest one to work with. Bombs are dropping. Okay, this one's kind of a pain in the ass. So we need to find our... Alright, so here's where the bomb's going to drop. It gives you like an idea of where it's going to be. So we have to free this guy. This is not going to be good because these bombs are dropping near the guy we have to free. So we have to kill this slave guy, this slave person. So these guys in the black suits, they're the slave masters, and these guys have these helmets on them that they explode if you don't kill the slave master. So we need to find a way to kill this. Let's see if we can get us one of these bombs to drop on a slave master, because they're gonna drop near you. No, they run away too much. Okay. How do we want to handle this? Because right now, maybe I can do something like... Maybe we can place our boombox down. I'm gonna pull everyone over here. Alright, so everyone's dancing to our boombox. Got the cop away from there. And now we're gonna try to kill this slave master. What should we do? Alright, so we killed that guy. We've got one more slave master after us. And we missed our, what do you call it? So we're gonna have to fight this guy. Uh-oh. See, we've actually managed to convince these guys to kill him for us. So, that's another great thing, is you can talk people into doing kills for you. So this is bad. These cops saw me get into a fight, so they're going to start this shit over here. They're going to start fighting each other. You can systematically do, you can like get them to do, basically have people do your bidding for you. This is a sell-o-matic. I'm selling a bunch of shit I don't really care about. Yeah, that's good. So we're going to eat a banana real quick. There we go. Got our health back up. Now, are these guys almost done? Ooh, okay. Yeah, so our music is still going off over here. These boomboxes are fantastic. It gets people around you to pretty much become non-hostile. I think he might die there. Ooh, man, you dodged a bullet there, bud. Oh, these guys are dead. Oh, well, they lived. Alright, so that guy got freed. We now get to pick up all this fat loot. And our next objective is right here. We have to retrieve an item out of this. So, what is going on here? Okay, how do we get in here? Is there an air filtration system in here that we could maybe convince everyone to leave? Let's look back down here and see if there's an air filtration system. I don't think there is one, unfortunately. I wonder if we can get a... I was hoping we could get a bomb to drop on one of these goons, but I don't think we're going to get lucky enough for that. Yeah, so there's no air filtration system. These things here are little generators. There's even a hacker that can hack into... Like, he can make generators into bombs. He can hack into security systems and make the guns shoot at the owners instead of intruders. There's pretty much like no limit to the kind of random shit you can do in this game. So we have to be really careful here. So I threw these bananas down. Okay, I'm about to get killed if I'm not careful. So we just tricked that guy into that. Let's throw some more bananas down. I love bananas. And let's eat a burger. I want him to walk over this nana to take damage. There we go. Just to help soften him up a little bit. Come here, you little bitch. You little fucker. Come back here. That's another thing is they'll run away. Oh goodness. Yeah, the bodies will explode sometimes. It's pretty funny. Let's go over here. Gotta open that safe over there. So unlock the safe. Done. So now we're gonna sneak up. Damn missiles. I don't know what kind of city this is, but they have dropping missiles like that. So here's where those rocks would come in, but I just like to blow them up that way. So there we go. Got our item. Let's go ahead and heal up. There we go. So let's sneak around. We are done with this mission, and we are going to go up to the exit, and that's going to wrap up this episode. I just want to give you guys a quick run through. It's a super fun game, and you guys let me know if you want to see more. I'd really like to do a playthrough showing off all the characters, because this game is incredibly addictive. I 100% recommend it. Like, this game is super fun. I'm definitely going to be playing this a lot on my own. Let's exit out of here. There we go. I'm going to hop to the back to the main menu. Do backstabber, and then we're going to quit, and I want to show you guys a little bit more of the characters so you can just kind of see. I want to kind of go through them real quick. I want you guys to see they're really funny. There's a lot, and some of the classes are a little bit more overpowered and weaker than others, but it's a great way to learn. So let's see, character class. There we go. So we're gonna go back here. So here's the slum dweller are those ones you see walking around, and these guys are interesting choices because they start off with basically no perks really. They start off with whiskey, but super studious means they gain a lot of extra XP, which means they get more like bonuses at the end of each match. Jack of all trades, more traits to choose from when you level up, and potential to not suck. A random stat gains a point every other level up, starting with level 2. So with this, I'm sorry, my phone keeps going off. With these guys, these are kind of like they have potential to be really good. That's like what this stat here, or this little trait is. But they have no real starting items, and they have no special abilities with their right click. The soldier is a really good one. They start off with a machine gun, grenades, door detonators, which you can put on like locked doors so you don't have to have a key. Landmines are like really, really powerful banana peels. The kill ammonizer, whenever you get a kill, it converts some of the kill into ammo. So if you play your cards right, you can almost always keep a full gun. And the combat helmet like reduces damage. Their traits, health gradually regenerates when below 20. So pretty much it means if you're really low health, you'll always get up a little bit. It won't regenerate all your health, but up to that point. The gangster you guys just saw, he's really good. He starts off with a knife, pistol, and the friend phone. He gets 2 of them and a boombox. You saw how effective that can be. He can recruit up to 3 followers, which is really his biggest powerful, that's his most useful thing, is you always want to be with a bunch of people. And that's what you want to do with him. However, the downside is that rival gang members attack on sight. The thief is really fun. He's one of my favorites. He's super quick. Sticky gloves means when you stand behind somebody, you can right click and you'll steal their items off them, so you don't have to kill them. And that's something fun about this game, is you don't always have to be violent. Like, you can play through it and let other people do your dirty work. You can steal from them. Like this guy here also has a slippery target, so he's harder to aim at. Like, the NPCs are more likely to miss you. And suspicious, this sucks. Business owners want you to leave. So, there is always a downside. His starting items are good. There's a crowbar, which helps you break into doors. Lockpick. You have 3 of them. You use it each time you'll use one up whenever you open a safe. So you don't have to have a key. The safe buster is basically just another lockpick. Actually, wait, I think the lockpick is for doors, and the safe buster is for safes. The window cutter is really cool because normally you can just tap on glass, but he can cut it open and walk in that way, which is really powerful. The cardboard box lets him, he can walk around under his cardboard box and people won't notice him as long as they don't see you moving with the cardboard box. You can walk in front of hostile enemies with the box on. As long as they don't see you moving in the box, they won't attack you. And the wall bypass is really powerful. It lets you just completely jump through a wall. So you can jump into a safe room, steal all the shit, and then jump right out. This is definitely one of those ones you want to use that duplicator on. The shopkeeper, I don't play it so much. The best thing about this guy is he gets the damn shotgun, which is amazing. Things like mini fridge, they make your food give you better benefits. He gets better deals in shops, stuff like that. The bartender is pretty funny. He can give people drinks to make them join him. Also, all drugs are identified, so he doesn't have to worry if the drug he has is going to be if it's like a bad drug or something, Let's see what else is there. The hacker's really great. He has a little laptop thing and allows him to hack into shit remotely. So he can hack into security cameras, computers. He doesn't basically have to have any of that stuff normally. His only downside is he's really weak. He has low health, low strength, low accuracy, with decent speed. He starts off with a time bomb and a hologram Bigfoot. So the time bomb is just like to blow shit up. The hologram Bigfoot, like, whenever you put it down, it distracts people and they attack it, but they can't kill it because, you know, it's a hologram. The doctor's a pretty cool one. I haven't played with him much, but the only thing I don't like is he's a pacifist, so you can't hurt people with weapons. And you can only use throwing items, which you don't really encounter much anyways. But the cool thing, he has this thing called a chloroform hanky. So if you move up behind somebody, you can incapacitate them for the rest of the game. And so they're pretty much just, and it's a silent kill. It's not a kill. They just drop to the ground and they act dead, and they drop all their shit, and it doesn't alert anybody. So it's really powerful in that regard because you can kind of stealthily eliminate everybody if you strategically place yourself. He also gets benefits from like medical items. Like he gets more health back from med kits. He starts with a first aid kit and an earwarp whistle. This thing just makes people deaf throughout the level. And one thing, if you cause too much noise in this game, it attracts attention. I've never really had much use out of this thing, but it's pretty good. The scientist is definitely overpowered, but he's one of the funnest ones as well. He identifies all drugs when he gets them. Let's see. What else does he have? The gorillas attack you on sight, unfortunately. And he does take increased knockback, so he has some negatives, but he has great items. Like he has a tranquilizer gun, so like when you shoot somebody 10 seconds later, they'll pass out and they'll be incapacitated, like that chloroform hanky. The shrink ray shrinks them down where if they walk into anybody, including you, they explode because they're so tiny. Freeze ray freezes them in place for like 5 seconds. And the ghost gibber kills ghosts, which you don't encounter much, but it's nice to have. The rage poison is good for air vents, and the giantizer is insane. It makes you like huge. You can walk through walls and stuff. He's a little too powerful. The gorilla is basically just like a melee character. You can see all of his stats here. He's super strong and fast, but he can't use guns, and he can't talk to people. So that's kind of the bad thing. He also gets shoot out of shops. So if you like just melee stuff, he's really good. His special is like this lunge attack that does like double damage, I think. The cop, I kind of told you already, what's good about him is he already is aligned with other cops. And there's always cops on each level, so like it's really good, just a good all-around class. He can also handcuff people, which the bad thing with this one is it's really powerful. It's kind of like the chloroform hanky in that it incapacitates people, but he loses XP when he does it if you do it to somebody who doesn't deserve it. So if you do it like if you handcuff an innocent person, you just lost XP for no reason. Vampire's good because you can sneak up on people and steal and like attack them and steal their health. He's also immune to security cameras, so that's kind of cool. He doesn't start off with much. He has cologne, which like anyone in an area that was mad at you, if you use cologne, they'll go back to being like passive, I think. But he only has like one of them. Not really that great of an item. The rest, I told you, is really cool because he can throw stuff, and there's a lot of throwable items. His item, a cod piece, just reduces his, pretty much gives him better defenses. And steroids are great because it like really buffs up your damage output. He also has like reduced knockback and stuff like that. But the bad side is that he can't use computers. He's computer illiterate, and he's really loud, so he tends to piss people off. The assassin is really powerful again. So this guy can completely turn invisible for like 10 or 15 seconds. He's got a little cooldown on it, but he can just keep doing it. And you can do all kinds of stuff. Like you can interact with the world, and as long as you don't like interact with an NPC, you'll retain your invisibility. But if you attack somebody, the camouflage drops off, and you have to go through the full cooldown. His backstabber, like so if you attack someone from behind, it does 10 times the damage. Pretty much, if you use any weapon and attack them from behind, it's a one-hit kill. And sleep killer means if you attack people that are sleeping, it's a one-hit kill. He starts off with a sword, shuriken, quick escape teleporter. So if you like click it, you'll teleport back to the beginning. The shurikens are cool because they're like throwing items that you can just re-pick back up. So it's kind of like a gun that you can just keep using as long as you continue to pick them back up. The comedian, this is one of the ones that needs a lot of help. It's kind of weak. It's like really weak. Your right click like lets you tell a random joke to people and they all come to listen. And there's like a pretty much a 33% chance that they are going to be happy and like you, and so they'll join you. There's a 33% chance they'll get annoyed and just kind of like not like you. And then there's a 33% chance that they'll become hostile and like attack you. Like they get straight up offended. So he's not really that great. He doesn't really have good stats either. He starts off with the cheeseburger, whiskey, cigarettes, and cocaine. So not really that great of items either. The cocaine makes you really quick, and the cigarettes are just good for putting in air shafts or whatever. So this class definitely needs some work. But like I said, the game is in alpha, so these are all being rebalanced. The jock is pretty funny. He has a charge attack where he like runs and crashes through people. He is computer illiterate like the ape is, or what is it, like the wrestler is. He's a sucker, so items in shops cost more, and he's loud. He gets a baseball bat and steroids, so he's pretty good in that regard, and he has pretty good like actual stats. The shapeshifter is really cool. I would love to do a playthrough with him. He can pretty much possess anybody, but whenever he possesses people, their stats are reduced pretty considerably. And he also takes like a lot of extra damage. So the only thing he has really going for him is his speed. But it's really cool because you can play as more or less any class that you encounter if you just jump into their body. So it's pretty cool. It's like if you're a cop, you can jump into a cop's body, and now you'll have all the benefits of a cop. And if you get killed in that body, the body dies, but you pop out of it. So he's really, really unique play style. That it's like very, very like it just changes, and it's very diverse. So you have to think on your feet a lot, but it's super fun. The investment banker, I can't believe this is even a class, but this dude is addicted to drugs, and so whenever you have to keep drugs in your system at all times. So you have to keep using syringes. He starts off with a ton of money, so he can always buy drugs. But if you don't take anything will work, positive, negative, anything like that will work. But if you don't take it, you'll get withdrawal and you start taking damage. So I don't really like that play style because I like to sometimes methodically like think things through. And this play style here, you have to constantly be going really quick. There's the werewolf, this one's like similar to the gorilla in that it's like really high damage. But he has to transform with the right click, and he'll turn into a wolf for 15 or 20 seconds. And he does a boatload of damage when he's in his wolf form. He's actually probably the strongest character when he transforms. But when he transforms back, there's like a 5-second period where he's pretty much just vulnerable. You can't move, can't attack, can't run away. So if you don't finish all your fighting when you're in werewolf form, you pretty much die. So definitely very situational. You have to like think about how you do it. But he does have a benefit over the gorilla though, in that he can go into shops as long as he doesn't transform, and he can still talk to people and stuff like that and buy stuff. But and I know there's quite a few more. The gangster that's the blood. I haven't unlocked him, but he's the exact same as the regular gangster. And there's like 5 or 6 more classes that are currently in the pipeline, and with more on the way, I think. But the game is super fun. It's super interesting. There's a million different ways to play it, and it's only an alpha, and it's already really fun. So if you get your hands on this game, or if you can, I definitely recommend it. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know. I'd love to go through and play at least one level with each one of these classes, because they're all really challenging and fun in their own ways. But anyways, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to y'all later.